So I used to think that once you get monetized on YouTube, the money, the coins, the ego will just start pouring in. But I guess I was wrong because I've been monetized for about 6 months now and shishi, I've not seen. So where is the money? Where is the money? Because I'm not seeing the money. I haven't seen the money, or more like I've seen the money, but I've not touched the money. Okay. So apparently, after you monetize your channel, that's after you get your 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers, get your channel monetized, you actually need to meet the payment threshold of $100 every single month for you to be able to make withdrawals from YouTube. Okay, so you need to meet the payment threshold of $100 or its equivalent in your country or your currency so that you can be able to make withdrawals every month from YouTube. If you're not meeting it, I'm sorry, there's no money for you. Now, I've been monetized for 6 months, like I said, and for 6 months, I've not made any withdrawals or whatsoever from YouTube. So that means that since 6 months I got monetized, I've not made up to $100 from YouTube AdSense. That's what it means. So what am I doing? What have I been doing? Am I wasting my time here? So I've come to realize that the real work actually starts after you get monetized. Okay, so you've struggled to get your 4,000 watch hours, your 1,000 subscribers, and now you are a member of YouTube Partner Program. You've monetized basically. This is when the real work actually starts. Okay, because if you really want to be getting those paychecks from YouTube every month, you need to be meeting that $100 payment threshold. Okay, except of course you are going to be earning from other means like paid brand deals, brand sponsorships, paid collaborations and all of that. Okay, or maybe you plan to sell your own products on YouTube. Those are other means of earning on YouTube. Okay, but as far as AdSense is concerned, you want to be earning money from AdSense, you need to meet the $100 payment threshold. Okay, otherwise you're not going to be getting any money from YouTube. Okay, so for me not to have made any withdrawals since 6 months I got monetized, that basically means that I have not met the $100 threshold. Okay, now speaking of brand deals, brand collaborations and all of that, I've done a few brand deals in the past. No, not a few, just two. Okay, just two. So I've done two brand deals in the past couple of months. They were not paid brand deals. They were, what's it called? Gifted collaborations, which I really loved. Okay, which I really loved at the time because it was a first experience for me. I learned a lot of things from it, and I really wish I could get more gifted collaborations. I don't really mind for now. Okay, because I can just learn one or two things from those gifted collaborations. Okay, now after the gifted collaborations, I've been getting a few more emails in the past couple of months, but a lot of them, or all of them actually, did not go through. Okay, because the brands that reached out to me, they were looking for creators who are based in the US. Okay, so we start the conversation. They tell me what they want me to do. They tell me what the brand is about. And if I'm okay with the brand, if it's something that I think will be useful for me, I will accept. Okay, but somewhere along the line, somewhere along the negotiation, they just pull out. Okay, mostly after they ask me to send my address, and then I send it to them, and they will reply me saying, oh, can you please send a US address? And I reply to them, I don't live in the US. Okay, and the next reply I normally get will be like, oh, we are sorry, at this point we are prioritizing working with creators who live in the US. And I'm like, yeah, okay, check next door. And mind you, these brands, they were okay with my analytics, they were okay with my statistics, they were okay with the number of subscribers I currently have. They were okay with my engagement, my little to no engagement. They were also very okay with the fact that most of my audience were US audience. Okay, but just because I don't live in the US, the deals didn't go through. Okay, which I'm not mad about that, because every brand will have what they are prioritizing and who they want to work with or who they don't want to work with. Okay, so that's about that. Some of the brand deal emails that I got were also scam. Okay, I made a video in the past talking about how I almost got scammed. Okay, yeah, some of these brands, they are not legit, or some of them are legit, but it's just some people that are fraudulent or just using the brand image and trying to scam people. Okay, so beware. Now there's something I've noticed recently, and it's the fact that my YouTube short videos has been doing a lot more better than my long form videos. Okay, even though sometimes the short videos just get to 1k, 1.2k, 1.3k, and it will just stop. It will just stop. It's almost as if someone pressed pause when the video got to 1k and just threw the remote away and just be like, okay, no more views for you. But yeah, still it's better than my long form videos. Okay, in fact, there was this day that I tried to experiment something. I decided to post a YouTube short and a long form video at the same time. When I mean the same time, I mean the exact same time. Okay, so I took a part of I was about uploading a long form video, and I decided to take a part of it and post as shorts. Okay, I posted two of them at the same time. I woke up the next day, the short video had gotten up to, I think, 1k view or 1 point something. Meanwhile, the long form video, on the other hand, could barely get up to 50 views. The thing about short is that YouTube short will get you the subscribers and sometimes the engagement. Okay, but most times your short audience, they are not really interested in your long form videos. Okay, I don't know why, I don't know how to explain it, but that's something I've noticed. Okay, because maybe those audience that watch your short, they were just scrolling on YouTube and they came across your shop, they watch and they just subscribe, because that subscribe option is right beside the short video, so it's very easy for people to see and just subscribe. Okay, and when they subscribe, they might never come back to your channel to watch your long form videos. Okay, so this is why I think short is just a good way of getting subscribers and engagement, but not for your long form videos. Okay, another thing about short is that even though it will get you the subscribers and the engagement just in the short video as well, it doesn't pay as much as long form videos. Okay, long form videos has a higher revenue than short videos. Okay, so when my short started getting lots of views, I started thinking about focusing on short. But when I remember that long form revenue is higher than short, I was like, there's no need trying to focus on one thing. So I'm still trying to combine everything, post short, post long form videos. I don't really know what else to do about this my YouTube channel, because the thing about this channel is that it has just been up and down. It has just been all over the place. One moment I feel like, yes, I got this, I know what else to do, I know what strategy to try. Next moment, I'm feeling lost. I'm feeling like I should just quit, just close this channel and call it a day. At least I've tried. Okay, I know they say post what your audience wants to see, post what your audience wants to watch, post what your audience expects or requires from you, not what you want to post or what you feel like posting. I went to my YouTube analytics and I checked out some of my videos that did well, the videos that got more views than the others. Okay, so I checked them out to see if I can recreate those videos. But the thing is, those video topics that did well, is either I just came up with them and started to just talk about them. Okay, so trying to double up on them and recreate more videos on them, or just make my channel about those topics, is not really sustainable for me. Okay, so because this channel has not really been growing as much as I want to, because it has not been getting me the results that I want despite the work that I put in, I thought about converting it to another niche. But instead of that, I decided to open another channel. Okay, so yes, I opened a brand new YouTube channel. I'll put the link in the description box, so please, I beg, subscribe to that channel. Okay, now you might be wondering, why even opening another channel when this particular one you're still struggling with it. So I opened another channel because I really wanted to try and see if focusing on a particular niche helps with YouTube growth. Okay, so this channel that I opened, I'm focusing on a particular niche. Okay, I'm starting it brand new from the scratch. I think at the moment I have about 90 subscribers. I don't know, less than 100 subscribers, sha. Yeah, so that's why I decided to open another channel where I can really niche down, as the YouTube experts say. Okay, because if I had done that on this channel, I'll not be able to create my lifestyle videos, my food videos, my recipe videos, which I still want to create. Okay, I still want to have this channel where I can put my lifestyle videos, my vlogs, and all of that. Okay, so if I had converted this channel to a particular niche, I won't be able to do all of that. Okay, so that's why I decided to create a brand new channel where I can focus on a particular niche. Okay, let's see. Let me really see if this whole niching down helps with YouTube algorithm. Okay, so yeah, subscribe to my channel, please. Okay, let's just see how it goes. Okay, yeah. I know this video seems all over the place. In fact, I don't even know what I'm going to title this video, but please just bear with me, okay? Let it just be that I came here to tell you guys that 6 months after monetization, I've not seen shishi. I've not touched, I've seen, but I've not touched the money, okay? That is it. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.